Jak tam weekendzik? Adiś? The Wars? No wiem, ja mam w ogóle na Twitchu mam inne logo też. Tutaj tak mam wstawione tak z dupy, że tak powiem, nie? Dobra, czekać, muszę zmienić tytuł. Nie wiem, czy też plus 18, ale napiszę już, jak zostanie. Aha. Okej. Dobra. Zaczynamy. Trochę to będzie trwało. Gra jest mega długa. Nic gierka nie jest za głośno, ale... Okej. Jest łeb mi pęka od tej gry już. Dobra, pytanie podstawowe. Kim grać? Czy grać kobietą, czy grać chłopem?
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Jak pierwszy raz przechodziłem, to grałem Shepardem, czyli Johnem, nie? A teraz to, szczerze mówiąc, nie wiem, czy nie zagrałbym kobietą. Się zastanawiam właśnie. O, nice. Nice orzeszek. Dobra, gram jednak tak. Chłopem, okej. Siemka, Dawid. Tylko, że już przechodziłem chłopem, kurczę, nie? Ale... sobie chciałem zobaczyć ścieżkę drugą.
Please log in to access your
A już.
profile.
Dzięki za obserwację.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
Okej. Cześć Raziel, hejka. Jak tam Johnek? Jak tam leci? Grałeś Mass Effecta? Aha, nie przyszedłeś. Cześć, kropeczka. Witam po przerwie, no hejka. Platynka, nie, ja jakoś... Jak gram ostatnio to z 13 lat temu. Przechodziłem w sumie trójkę, nie, bo też gram na raty, bo też nie wychodziły te gry tak od razu. No ale to już dawno temu. W sumie nie wiem, kogo wziąć. To mi tak średnio pasuje, ale... No niech będzie kolonia.
Confirm psychological profile.
Żeby było inaczej niż jakby standardowo. Coraz częściej z eksperta od Mass Effect na TikToku. O proszę. A widzisz. No bo ja dawno już nie przechodziłem tej gry, więc no... Postanowiłem jakby ponownie przejść. I to w wersji legendarnej, której nie było wtedy jak ja grałem. No, jedynka się tylko różni w sumie, nie? Tak, ja mam edycję z Prime'a, ale gram na PS5. Są jakieś dewali faktycznie w Prime'ie za darmo i stamtąd też to mam, no. Chciałem w snajperkę. No, engine się zmienił też, nie? Że niby to był ten sam, tylko że w nowszej wersji teraz zastosowany jest, nie? Także tym się głównie różni. Kurde, względność? Kurczę, nie mam pojęcia co mam wziąć. O kurde! Ten co wygrał, widzę, no. Slotsy, no nice. Bohaterstwo... Bohaterstwo to chyba jest domyślne, nie? Ja bym... Może nie to. No to jest przegięcie, ale mi się wydaje, że albo przetrwanie, albo bohaterstwo, no. Się nie pamiętam co jest... Jakby... W kanonie, nie? Jaką postać się gra, nie? Bohaterstwo to kanon, to co wziąć? Wziąłbym co innego, bo też nie chcę grać tak jak przechodziłem pierwszy raz. Spróbujemy.
Confirm military
Aha, i to będzie
specialization.
najgorzej. Dobra. Inżynier. Cześć, Bela, hejka. No, jesteś modem, no, od ostatniego strumyczka. Dokładnie. Co tam, jak tam, dzionek? Tak mnie długo nie było, no, niestety, bywa i tak. Bywa i tak. Nic nie poradzę. A to biotyki to nie lubię używać za bardzo. Że wiatru nie ma ruszać się krzak, no. Spoczko, dobra. No dobra, tak mówisz, Dawid, że tak ma być.
Confirm facial identification.
Nie wiem, czy zmienisz mu wygląd, bo ja kurde zrobię jakiegoś kurczego gnoma. No klasyczny, ja wiem, że klasyczny najlepiej, ale...
Confirm
Czekajcie.
facial identification.
Da się zmodyfikować klasycznego? Chyba nie. Kurde, jeszcze kod jest dostępny żeby do modyfikacji. O kurde, to już przegięcie. No w sumie to jest kilka patternów tak naprawdę, nie? Dobra,
Confirm
chyba.
facial identification.
Ja będzie
Profile
klasyczny już.
reconstruction complete.
Ciul.
Identification confirmed.
Napisy. Dobra, chyba tyle.
Well,
Cześć Filip.
what about Shepard? He grew up in the colonies.
He knows how tough life can be out there.
Dzięki za 69
His parents were
bitsów.
killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
He saw his whole unit die on a cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
Jak tam Among? No wiem. Spoczko.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
Tak, Sandy, cześć Sandy w ogóle. No, zaczyna się moja kolejna przygoda z tą serią. Po długiej przerwie. Dzięki za 2137 bitsów. Wiadomo.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is
Zajebista.
hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit.
Spoczko, Dawid. Znowu Filip, nie? Kurde.
Board is green. Approach run has begun.
No, Hardy ma grać jeszcze, słyszałem. Tak mi się wydaje, nie?
Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Kurde, no, nie ma co mówić, ale naprawdę soundtrack z tej serii to jest po prostu przemegaśny.
Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift. Just under 1500K.
A no.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment.
Kogo rucham? Kurde, właśnie nie wiem.
remember to zip
nie
up
z
your
polskim,
jumpsuit on the way
bo
out
po
of the
prostu
bathroom?
dubbing w tej
That's
serii
good.
jest
I just jumped us
niekompletny, no.
halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead, so that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to
Głosujemy,
keep an eye
oho,
on their investment.
zacznie się.
Yeah, that is the official story, but only an idiot believes the official story.
No, dubbing jest tak, że w pierwszej jest inny dubbing, w drugiej jest inny dubbing, a w Turce w ogóle go nie ma, więc uznałem, że grając tą serię, to jednak lepiej już mi zastosować angielskie dialogi i mieć święty spokój z tym. To co, no, po prostu Filip zaraził wszystkich, nie?
You always expect the worst.
Bad feelings are an occupational hazard. But we don't go anywhere unless there's a good reason, so...
Zaraziłem wszystkich. No.
Status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
No, Dawid, to prawda, bo tam głównie w dwójce już jak masz legendarną edycję, to masz DLC, które nie były praktycznie przetłumaczone, nie? Tak samo w trójce. Więc no... No po prostu jest no słabo z tym. Nie przetłumaczyli wszystkiego naprawdę, nie? Napisałem do Antyja, że... Myślałem, że kogoś wystrasza na TikToku tylko 2 osoby. A, no nie ma sensu, no. Słabo jest.
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
Dobra. Ciekawe jak się będzie grało na padzie, bo nie grałem na padzie w tą grę jeszcze.
You probably don't want to keep the captain waiting, Commander.
The captain's waiting for you in the comm room, Commander.
Na PS3 grałeś? Właśnie się boję tego celowania, wiesz?
Told you, I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Kogoś tu mogę coś spytać, nie? Czy nie? Czy po prostu tam mi łapało? Aha, dobra, muszę podejść, okej. System 8, okej. Na padzie gra się kozacko, ale nie ma autonamizowania przeciwników. A, to pół biedy. To pół biedy
Congratulations,
akurat.
Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
Cześć Pyrtek, hejka. Co tam, jak tam? Filip, ale... No w sumie coś w tym jest, no.
You think the Alliance Brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus.
Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
Spada na mysz klawiaturę. Znaczy jeśli chodzi o strzelanki pierwszoosobowe, to ja sobie nie wyobrażam w drugą stronę, nie? Rzepało, no. Bardzo mocne lotnisko. Wczoraj robiłem twoją pierwszą platynę w Spidermanie. O, to nice. O, to kurde, ja platyn to ja nie mam praktycznie. Jedynie chyba w The Walking Dead, gdzie trzeba było, wystarczyło przejść fabułę.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run
Wiesz
is
co,
just
Pyrtek, nie wiem czy to nazwać platyną, ale na Steamie mam z 5 albo 6 gier tam, no. Gdzie mam wszystkie osiągnięcia i tyle. Tam na pewno The Walking Dead widziałem, że chyba ma, nie wiem, tam chyba 4 części. Ale tam widzisz, tam wystarczy przejść fabułę i chyba tam jedna losowa rzecz musi się wydarzyć. Po platynkę Mass Effect trzeba się wysilić. No tak. Na pewno, nie? Z każdą platynką trzeba się wysilić tak naprawdę. Kurczę, Sandy, nie właśnie się zastanawiałem, czy grać żeńską tym razem, ale kurczę, a dobra, już będę grał tym Johnem, nieszczęsnym. Będzie Johnem, już nie Johnem. Bo zmieniłem mu imię jeszcze, nie?
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure
Aha,
out
tam
what he's
wziąłem
doing
damską,
here.
no no.
Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is
Ulubiony
going
tytuł?
on.
No. Cześć Daria w ogóle, no. Zgadza się. Każdemu. O czym ta gra? No po prostu jakby... Nie chcę tego spoilerować za bardzo, bo też do końca... Nie wiem, czy jest sens tu mówić o tym, ale ratujemy wszechświat, nie? Przed zagrożeniem od żniwiarzy i tak dalej, nie?
Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service.
No.
If he melted down all his medals,
I sobie też wiele nie pamiętam z tej gry.
statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
No widzisz, to już jest ten... Nie ma sensu Daria, bo w jedynce jest inny dubbing, w dwójce jest inny i... A w trójce w ogóle nie ma bez płci gry. No chyba się nie da.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of... You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
You don't trust Nihilus.
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
No w dwójce też jest dubbing, tylko że jest inny dubbing, nie?
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
Do widzenia. Ten lepszy niż w jedynce?
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Okej.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
Właśnie wydaje mi się, że w dwójce był gorszy dubbing od jedynki, nie? Ale tam... Kurde, ale... Coś pozmieniałem i teraz czatu nie widzę, nie? Przyjęło się, no. Momentami ucina. No właśnie tam chyba faktycznie był taki problem z dubbingiem, że niektóre kwestie były takie urwane, nie?
What do you think, Commander? We won't be
Ta
staying
gra
on
jest
Eden Prime
stara,
too
więc
long,
możesz
will
nie
we?
znać,
I'm
nie?
itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Czakłos ma podobne głosy jak w oryginale, ale...
Marines are meant to fight. You just fix us up when we're done.
I know how things work, Commander. I've seen my share of combat, but it's foolish to go looking for trouble. You could both take a lesson from the captain. He's not afraid of combat, but he knows the value of restraint, too.
Sorry, Doc, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Brzmi jeszcze lepiej, no. Ja stary? Nie, po prostu bardziej doświadczony. Mówię, nie było polskiego dodatku. Tak, w dodatkach nie było w ogóle dubbingu. W tych DLC-kach wszystkich później dodanych.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well
Tak,
respected by the
Pertek,
other
dokładnie.
species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel
Dokładnie
space than
tak.
any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I heard Nihilus once took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself. Man, I can't believe I'm on a mission with an actual Spectre.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups.
Jaki link?
Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Jaki link nie działa? Tak, całą serię będę przechodził, no. Jest jakiś link? A jest jak... ten? No, nawet nie wiem, czy to działa. Kurde. Dajcie mi sekundkę. Nie, bez Andromedy. Raczej. Andromedę co oleję, bo to jest... nie wiem, słaby Mass Effect dla mnie. Gdzie to się sprawdzało? Kuźwa, jakie gówno. O, tak ubijemy. Aha, jest link, faktycznie. Nie działa ten link? Czekaj, zaraz sprawdzę. No mnie działa. Tylko to nie jest jako link, tylko po prostu trzeba sobie wkleić do przeglądarki, nie? Mi działa jak coś. Czyli działa ten bocik, o kurde, zarąbiście, już mi się podoba. Aha, jeszcze ten drugi komunikat też wszedł. Czekajcie, bo mam straszny bajzel. Straszny bajzel teraz. Czyli działa, kurde, zajebiście. To nie. To muszę wyłączyć chyba. Czyli działa i tak, i tak. O, to wyłączymy. Dobra. Sorry, że tak opóźniam, ale muszę coś poprawiać. Chyba okej. Tak zrobiłem i nic nie działa? Powinno działać. Andromeda nie powinna się nigdy nazywać Mass Effect. No zgadza się, bo to jednak troszeczkę odbiegli od tego. Ale chcieli po prostu zarobić na marce, nie? Jako gra nie była zła, znaczy jakby to nie był Mass Effect, nie? To byłoby okej, nie? Ale już niestety tak podążali tą ścieżką, że że jest jak jest, nie? Też będę grał, zobaczymy jaki teraz będzie odbiór. No. Zobaczymy w sumie, nie? Najgorzej. Papajowa nie oddała, no niestety, no.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander.
Rafałka, zapraszam na
Eden Prime is
Rafałka.
one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so
A ty
wound up.
Sandy nie
Can't
grasz
wait for the
tego?
real mission to
W
start.
Amonga i Filip? Nie gracie?
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate
dzięki,
to
Pertek.
preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races,
Ah,
like the
Saints Row, okay.
Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're always getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds. Just like you on a cruise.
"50 Marines died there, Jenkins."
Sorry, Commander. I didn't mean to offend you. I respect what you did there. We all do.
Let's not dwell on the past, Commander. Was there something else you needed?
Możliwe Pertek, tylko nie wiem kiedy, wiesz? Bo trochę za dużo jest po drodze. A ta gra to raczej miesiąc będzie zabrane z życia. Chyba tyle, nie?
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
Wiem, że jest plusie, ja sobie kupiłem plusa. No, fajna muzyczka, no.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
Ja kupiłem na rok, bo jest promka teraz na... Tam jest zniżka o 35% taniej jest, nie? Wziąłem na roczek i... No nie wiem ile zapłaciłem w sumie, 340 zł zapłaciłem chyba.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe.
Dołożyłem po prostu wcześniej, nie powiedziałem, że będzie, nie?
Hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
If you've got something to say, just say it.
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
Is someone gonna fill me in, Captain?
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
I don't like being kept in the dark, Captain.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Wiesz co, orzeszek ogólnie chyba w większości przypadków jest nieograniczony. Nie wiem, czy tam... Jeżeli pamiętam, bo już też grałem to dawno. Ale wydaje mi się, że tam są chyba niektóre dialogi, które wymagają podjęcia decyzji w określonym czasie, nie? Ale nie dam głowy, nie mam pojęcia już, nie pamiętam po prostu.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
I don't like people making decisions about my future.
This isn't about you, Shepard. Humanity needs this. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low key.
Jak mam to zrobić? Tu nic nie zrobię. Nie mogę tak kombinować teraz z czymś. Nie to. To. Jeszcze coś to. Dziesięć autów widzę, że jest kurczę. Dobra, nieważne. Jeszcze będę kombinował. Trudno. Dobra.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
Znaczy tu się jeszcze nic nie wydarzyło, ale gierkę polecam naprawdę, to jest klasyk już, no. To jest klasyk.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
Okay.
We are approaching drop point 2.
Ship perimeter secure, Commander.
Czekajcie, coś miałem zmienić jeszcze.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
Nie to? Teraz będzie dobrze, okej. Aha, tym się robi, ale dziwnie. R2. Okej, dziwnie. Znaczy no, w sumie standardowe celowanie, tylko jak mam schować teraz tę broń? Aha, tak. Jedynka jest chyba 2007 rok, ale to jest troszkę już poprawiona wersja, to jest praktycznie remaster, nie?
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless.
Coś się biegłoś? Nie pamiętam. Aha, tak się robi, okej. L1, by mieć do zbrojenia oddziału. L1. Przytrzymaj, okej. Aha, bo nie mogę... Nic nie widzę. Jak to dam? Dobra. Że trochę latek już ma ta gra w sumie, nie?
Rip right through his shields. Never had a chance.
Zasługuje na
We'll
pogrzeb.
see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir. Smells like smoke and death.
Kurde, będziemy się mylić przecież teraz non stop. Okej.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
No, gram sobie. Naciśnij przycisk Options. Aha, to jest tu. Nie to. Tu. Będą tragiczne? No trudno, nie wszystko się można mieć w życiu. Aha, jeszcze tu miałem zmienić. L2, R1, aha, okej. Nie ten przycisk naciska non-stop. L2, gdzie jest L2? Tu. A tylko dwie postacie mogę? Okej. Dobra. A, bo to jest tylko ten, okej. Użyj tego, okej. A tak. Okej, dobra. Fajnie coś dodaje. Kuźwa, no. Okej. Ten co we mnie strzela prawie, nie? O nie, nie lubię cię.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Give me a status report, Williams.
We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
Ona w sumie nic nie zrobi, ale ona mnie wkurza w tej grze, więc pamiętam, że niby ją uratowałem, ale poświęciłem przez to inną osobę, ale w sumie nie wiem, jakoś jej nie trawię, nie? Bo trzeba było wybrać, albo ją uratować, albo inną osobę, nie?
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position
Chyba
as long as we
tego,
could,
co...
until the Geth overwhelmed us.
Chyba mam wybór między właśnie nim a nią. Z tego co kojarzę.
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe
Aż
their
do
unit fared
Właśnie
better
tak
than mine.
też mi się wydaje, że teraz jej nie będę ratował.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Nie wiem, czy to dawało?
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest...
No, Filip, zgadza się. Kurde, się pamiętam, że to się pozmieniało chyba, czy nie? W sumie nie wiem. Kuźwa. A Filip, ty grasz tego Amonga, czy nie? Jakie mu ukryć? Eli, aha, tak. Okej. Co to? Aha, jeszcze kółeczkiem się coś robi, dobra. Okej.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Okej.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Impaling victims instead of just shooting them. There must be some reason behind it.
Classic psychological warfare. They're using terror as a weapon.
W sumie całkiem spoko się steruje na padzie.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh god, they're still alive!
What did the Geth do to them?
No nie, przegrzewanie broni, zapominam o tym.
That door, it's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Aha. Easy.
Humans. Thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
How did you end up in this shed?
We hid here during the attack. They must have come here for the beacon. Luckily, it wasn't here. It was moved to the spaceport earlier this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers. Bringers of darkness. Heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside, Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry, Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the
Jakiś
darkness.
taki
Manuel, please. This isn't the
jebnięty
time.
w głowę.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Nie, już nie będę taki ham.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in. Yes? Is there something you need?
We better get moving.
Good luck, Commander.
Luck won't save you. You're wasting your time. The age of humanity is over. Our extinction is inevitable.
Czas cię uciszyć, serio?
Manuel, I need to ask you something.
It's probably best if you just leave him alone.
Dobra.
I don't have time for this.
Time? Our time is over.
Okej.
Saren.
Siemka, Waper, hejka. Co tam?
Nihilus.
Jak tam, Among?
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
Aha. Okej. Najgorzej. W ogóle gdzieś coś snajperkę mam. Jak się zmieniało, już nie pamiętam. Nie tak? Nie wiem. Nie znajdę tego teraz. A tu, dobra. No. Żyje? Nie. Żyje. Okej. Jak dziwnie się steruje nieraz. Nie mogę się przyzwyczaić jeszcze. Dobra.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
What are you doing sneaking around back there?
I'm sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
You're saying Nihilus was murdered by a Turian?
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren.
Saren, no.
I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
You ditch work. Then you cower back here and do nothing while the Geth butcher everyone else.
I don't even have a gun. What was I supposed to do? Run out there and die? I couldn't save them. Nobody could. It was horrible.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Okej. Nie to. No. Aha, bo coś się pokazało, tak? Jezu, w co wy strzelacie? Ledwo przeżyłem. R1. Aha. Jak się to... Kurde, ja nie będę pamiętał tego sterowania. Dosłownie nie pamiętam nic. A tak, okej. Okej. Może jak ja zrobię tak. O Boże, dobra. I to było? Tu. Aha. Użyj miał być, o. Aha, trzeba kliknąć, posz. O Jezu, muszę kliknąć tu i dopiero. Okej, to i tak nie zadziałało. No nie po... Aha, bo ja tu coś... Ja trochę potrwa, przyczaję. Okej.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Okej. Co? Kurde, gdzie mam iść? Aha, tu, okej.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down!
Aha! Mhm. No to nieźle.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down!
Nie, tą broń nie zmieniłem, ja pierdzielę. Cześć Karocheka. Chodzi ten czulek, no. No dobra, teraz mnie zabiją tu. Wiem, słyszałem, bo u Dawida pisałaś, no. Masakra. Przerąbane. O, szybciej. Wczoraj się dowiedział. No i co zrobisz? Nie wiadomo na ile nawet, nie? Gdzie te bomby są jeszcze? Cześć, fajna forma, witam. Jak tam? O matko. Jeszcze 2 ładunki. Gram w Mass Effecta. Nie wiem, czy kojarzysz giereczkę. To jest klasyczek. Taki RPG. Łatwo. Nic teraz? Aha, tam gdzieś. No to niedobrze, Karo, no i co zrobisz, no. Kurczę, najgorzej, że znowu będziesz sama. Sam nie umiem tego używać, szczerze mówiąc. Okej. Okej. Próbuję to używać. O. Zbadaj. No.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
No, don't touch it! Too dangerous!
O, pierwsza trofka.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Się mnie czepili.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
How did I end up here? How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
Nie lubię cię. Nie, dobra, nie będę taki ham.
Where's the beacon now? What happened to it?
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
The Geth would have wiped out the whole colony if I hadn't stopped them.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
He didn't come to Eden Prime because he hates humans.
You're right. Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how. I don't know why. But it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell him? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
Aha.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Okay. Coś ta ruletka ci nie wchodzi, orzeszek, nie? Uzupełnij Medizert, okej.
Hey, Commander.
Jezu.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive,
I
I might
dobrze.
not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
Dead Marines, dead colonists. And in the end, we still didn't get that beacon.
No dalej
You
się
saved
to...
a lot of
bez
lives,
sensu.
Commander. It might be hard to keep that in perspective with what happened to Jenkins.
To wyłączyłem przecież, nie? Czy... Aha, nie wyłączyłem. Okej. Dobra.
Thanks, Williams. I needed to hear that. I think you're gonna fit in here just fine.
Thanks, Commander.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration.
L4
Sometimes
może
there are
powinien mieć.
complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Spoko.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Z tą gadałem. A, bo to jest ten mostek. Dobra, już zobaczymy na dole. A ta winda do czego prowadzi? Czekajcie, a gdzie jest moje wyposażenie?
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Gdzie jest moja szafka? Czy ja nie mam szafki?
Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
Okej. Kaiden Ashley, a moja nie działa, mam swoją. Czy pan się miał swoją? A tu się po prostu robiło, okej. Szturmówka. On next moon, okej. No samo, więc... Dobra, chcę spokój.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Okej. To jest moja szafka, okej. Aha. W sumie zabrałem swoje rzeczy, spoko. Dobra, tu nic nie ma. Aha, i ci też nie ma nic do powiedzenia. Dobra, no to muszę iść na dół. Czy na górze? Na górę bardziej niż na dół. Brum.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
Ta muzyczka, no.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level.
Ale
I'll make
chamisko,
sure you
no.
have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Oddal R1. Aha. Okej, już wiem. Tak, nie znajdę nic, dobra. O, gdzie to było? Szyfrowanie. Tu. Okej. No muzyczka robi robotę w tej grze. Naprawdę to jest coś takiego, że soundtrack jest naprawdę do przesłuchania poza grą.
These allegations are very serious. I can't just... This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence. All right. I will look into it for you. In the Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort. I cannot speak more about this problem. It is
Fajnie
too sensitive.
uczucia,
Suffice it to say, she has compromised my
odczucia no,
authority
po
as a
prostu nazywają przed tym, co mówią.
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human. Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Właśnie, dobrze prawisz. Dobra.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
Good day.
Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think.
Trafiłaś?
Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus Ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
Okay.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Volus or Elcor part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Goodbye,
Okay.
Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
Ale fajne.
Big place.
No to na dół, tak? W sumie i tak nie mam wyjścia. O nie, 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 nie. No w sumie.
Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel Space Station.
What does that mean?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Salarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early... in recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade...
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Tell me about the embassies.
The Volus, the most recently added embassy, belongs to your own
Do you know anything about Spectres?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Salarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
Kurde, gdzie to się szło?
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Safiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Oh. Mhm. Nie, co jest? Jak się chowa broń? Aha, okej. To ambasad. Ja to nie chcę w tą stronę iść jeszcze. Okej.
Look at that bug thing over there. What's it doing?
Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keep. Welcome to Presidium Tourism. Behind me, to your left, you may see keepers involved in various tasks throughout all levels of the Citadel. We ask that you do not interfere with them in any way. The keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel. Obstructing their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
I'd like to know more about the Keepers.
Little is known about these peaceful servants of the Citadel, though they are essential to the operation and maintenance of the entire station. Citadel regulations protect the Keepers against interference during the performance of their tasks. Failure to comply will result in harsh penalties. Keepers can be seen in all sections of the Citadel, but are typically found in and around the tower.
Any particular reason there are so many Keepers in this area?
The Keepers do not communicate with other species. It is assumed, however, that the tower houses the Citadel's primary control systems. Many of the station's systems, such as navigation and life support, function automatically. It is believed the Keepers operate those systems from inside the tower's inaccessible core. The Keepers also make frequent appearances in the Council Chamber itself, though they appear to be just passing through on their way to some other destination.
Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Housing both the Council Chambers and Citadel Control, the tower is one of the most important buildings on the station. Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
What happens in Citadel Control?
Citadel Control handles all incoming and outbound transit. Every ship within 2,000 kilometers of the Citadel is under the jurisdiction of Citadel Control. At peak capacity, they are responsible for monitoring upwards of 1,000 vessels.
I'd like to hear more about the Council chambers.
The business of the Council, which often has far-reaching effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower. The Council chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience the view in person. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
I'm scheduled to have an audience with the Council.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but that is outside the scope of my programming.
What if someone has business with the Council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with the Council. This is usually arranged through their respective ambassadors. Even then, few are given access to the actual Council chambers. In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
Okay.
Tell me about the Relay Monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived at the Citadel, the Relay Monument is one of the station's most interesting and controversial features. What is the meaning behind this striking piece of art? Is it a tribute to Prothean vanity? A reminder of their conquest of the galaxy through mass relay technology? Or perhaps it is a symbol of unity, a Prothean acknowledgement that the relays would eventually lead other species here to the Citadel. No one can say for sure, making the Relay Monument a favorite topic of discussion among academics and scholars.
Dobra.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
Wkurza mnie jedna rzecz, że tu się nie da tak fajnie cofnąć. Mapa. Chodzi o mapę głównie, żeby pokazać mapę.
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepard. The tale of how you survived the great tragedy on Akuz is truly remarkable. I am amazed each time I hear it.
Cześć Simba. Co tam? W pracy byłeś? To Sandy,
You've got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barla Vaughn. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
What's it like living here on the Citadel?
The station is without a doubt the greatest wonder in the galaxy. It is a technological marvel, but its true splendor goes much deeper than the hull and engines. From the Presidium to the wards, the entire station is a testament to the success of the Council. All the species of Citadel spaced together in a single, strong community.
What makes the Presidium so special?
It is the political center of Citadel space. 80% of all intelligent species in the known galaxy acknowledge the Council's authority on interstellar matters.
but only the most powerful and influential species have embassies here on the Presidium. This level of the station is reserved for the elite, Shepard. People like us.
A leci. W pracy byłeś?
What are the wards like?
The cultural heart of the galaxy. They pulse with the lifeblood of millions of citizens from dozens of different species. You never know what you'll find out in the wards, Commander. It's always full of surprises. Fortunately, most of them are pleasant.
What's it like living here on the Citadel?
The station is without a doubt the greatest wonder in the galaxy. It is a technological marvel, but its true splendor goes much deeper than the hull and engines. From the Presidium to the wards, the entire station is a testament to the success of the Council. All the species of Citadel spaced together in a single strong community.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Aha, że rano byłeś, tak? Okej. Okej.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Nic nie chcę.
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
Cześć, Dawid. Wiesz co, dopiero początek gry, w sumie na początek taki mulący jest, nie? Bo w sumie trzeba tam iść, podejść, pogadać z każdym i tak dalej, nie? Typowy RPG, nie? Tak, ja przechodziłem to 15 lat temu. Nie, 14.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
Także trochę czasu temu, no. Tylko brzydziej wyglądała, bo to też poprawiona grafika jest, nie? No jak wczoraj, no. Dosłownie. Tak, to jak wczoraj.
And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
Okay.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaminder. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase. All of them.
I think I'll be going.
Return soon. This one receives new shipments.
Jak tam w ogóle dzionek zleciał? Już po streamku jesteś? Chyba ciebie dokończę zaraz, bo kurczę jestem... Nie wiem, jakoś się odpaliłem i jestem...
Welcome to
taki nie w
Presidium
sosie.
Tourism Terminal 3. Here in the Financial District, a number of businesses offer various goods and services to their exclusive clientele. The statue you see before you was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect Citadel space during the Rachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue
No,
removed.
chyba tak.
However, this motion was eventually quashed by the Council.
Więc się zaraz nie wyłączę, bo... Spanko jest, okej. No, ja też się będę pewnie zaraz skład, bo... Jakoś tak. No dobra, trzymaj się, Dawid, dzięki, że wpadłeś.
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of
No i
their
dobranoc.
efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni, then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's gonna stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be forgotten. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni. A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries. The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
That's all for now.
Thank you for
Okay.
using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
Bla bla bla.
I've had my office rearranged.
Welcome. I am Naylina. I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today. Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
A gierka, no spoczko, troszkę nudzi na początku, ale tak jest, trzeba przeboleć ten początek i dopiero się rozkręca.
What do you do here, Naylina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
Poza tym jakoś taki jestem zmęczony, nie? Ale...
Well, each acolyte has her
Nic nie
unique
poradzę na
abilities.
to.
Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match the needs of our clients to the skills of our acolytes. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Melina.
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with him.
Oh.
Yes, of course, mistress. Huh. It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
What does she want to see me for?
I don't know. You'll have to ask her yourself. Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
Dobrze.
This is my first time. I can't believe I didn't come sooner.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a
Okay.
great many things about you since your arrival here in our citadel.
What exactly do you do?
That depends on your needs. I offer advice to some, comfort to others. I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
Tell me about this problem you're having.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Korra's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
I don't make any promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Commander. That is all I can ask. Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very
A ta
grateful.
co robi? Spadaj.
Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
I have to admit.
Welcome. It is a pleasure to see you.
I see even the humans find the consort irresistible.
Few are ever asked to aid Shaira. It's quite an honor.
I think I'm done here.
Of course.
I'm
Come
done.
back anytime.
I'm done. Jezu. Nie. Nie strzelamy tu. Nic tu nie ma, dobra. O Jezu, będę teraz błądził, nie? Mapa. Idziemy iść w górę? Rangę chcesz bić? Nie ma tak łatwo. Cześć debile Kejka. Jak tam? Wiem, że Marvel, no. Nie wiem. Co tam, jak tam?
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
I came on my own. I need information.
You humans are always so curious, always sticking your fingers into someone else's pie. Is that the right expression? Never mind, forget I asked. Was there something you needed, Commander?
Co?
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years. I've never had to break the law to do my job, not once.
Yeah, right. You expect us to believe none of your officers are corrupt?
There are over 200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres do. We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres? They'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
The galaxy needs people like that. People who do the dirty jobs.
I agree. But they need to be held to a higher standard. They need to be accountable. Saren's out of control. We both know that. But because he's a Spectre, the Council doesn't want to do anything about it. Is that the kind of person this galaxy needs?
Absolutely. The only thing that matters is accomplishing the task.
Maybe. But I've never had to cross that line to get the job done. Never.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Okej.
Don't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal her secrets.
Of course she wouldn't. She'd be tossed out the nearest airlock if she did.
I suppose. Besides, Nick, the consort's nothing like the girls back on the colonies. She's...
You don't have to do it with her. You can just talk to her if you want.
Is that all you did, Jazz? Just talk?
I didn't say that.
Ha! I bet you did too. What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is. Commander, good to see you again.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Spoko.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies. Not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I'd try Flux or Cora's Den.
What is Shaira's?
The consort? She entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Goodbye.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
O, co się stało? Dobra. La la la, dobra. Nie to chciałam. Mapa. Mhm. Oj Boże, dziennik. Mhm. są te, dobra. Muszę to aktywować? Dokładnie tego. Uda się do wieży jeszcze raz. Gdzie ta wieża? Aha, nie w tym miejscu, dobra. Tam dalej trzeba podejść. I tu.
The council isn't gonna ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina.
No, we don't, sir.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vakarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Come across anything I should know about?
Saren's a Spectre. Most of his activities are classified. I couldn't find anything solid. But I know he's up to something. Like you humans say, I feel it in my gut.
I think the council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you. You don't want to keep the council waiting.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
No ogólnie jedynka jest dość nudna, nie? Bardziej dwójka mi nawet lepiej siadła i trójka, ale jedynka ma fabułę głównie, nie? Więc trzeba to przejść. No ale w sumie... Tak, zgadzam się. To nie jesteś pierwszą osobą, która mówi, że właśnie jedynka jest... Znaczy w ogóle Mass Effect jest nudny, nie? Więc jestem w stanie to zrozumieć, nie?
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose.
The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
You can't hide behind the Council forever.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
We need to deal with Saren ourselves.
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that C-Sec investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in C-Sec who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
I'll take care of it.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars, it causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions. But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The Ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleets or political allies to defy them. Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence those rulings, protect our own interests. No more jumping through hoops whenever we want something. Take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be much of a deal for us. I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests too.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined C-Sec about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human C-Sec officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in C-Sec now to stop protecting him.
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first.
Serio?
But it looks
I
like
should go.
Good luck, Shepard.
Kurde, jeszcze nie zapoznałem o wszystkim. Okej. Cześć, cyber. Jak mi dzionek mnie? A spoczko. Spoczko. Teraz idę chyba się kłaść, bo jestem mega zmęczony coś.
That guy's up to something.
What guy?
The one over by the Keeper.
What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind.
Nie, już... Wiesz co, pierwszy raz przechodziłem dawno temu.
Yes, is there something you want?
I teraz drugi raz przychodzę w sumie, od początku. Także no, ostatni raz to chyba 13 lat temu przychodziłem. Więc
Why are you so
tylu czasu
interested in
temu.
the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the keep.
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
Pomóc czy nie? do trylogii Mass Effect, to się łezka w oko tak pojawiła. No ja kurczę też mega wspominam tą serię. Właściwie to jedynka to też taka nie była taka super. Ale dwójka i trójka to już no... Ogólnie jako całość to jest zarąbista seria, nie? Tylko jedynka ma takie momenty takie nudniejsze tutaj trochę właśnie odstręczało od niej wtedy.
I could help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm Commander Shepard, with the Alliance military.
No.
Well, I suppose I could use the help.
Także
Need
też
this. It's the scanning device I developed.
żałuję trochę, że tą serię tak porzucili, bo Andromedę wypuścić co prawda, ale to jak dla mnie to nie był Mass Effect, nie?
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
Teraz przychodzę Kotora, pierwszą rzecz przyszedłem, teraz dwójką lecę. Miło, że grałem Planescape, Torment, Baldur i inne, ale Kotor miał inne. Kurde, właśnie Kotory bym też w sumie ograł, ale ja nie jestem jakimś tam fanatykiem Gwiezdnych Wojen i totalnie pewnie nie czułbym tego klimatu, nie? Dlatego trochę się boję do tego podchodzić.
I should get going then.
A, gierki są starsze jeszcze od Mass Effecta, nie?
So long. And good luck.
Nawet nie chodzi o grafikę, bo tylko bardziej chodzi o tą fabułę, nie? Ja też nie chcę naprawdę warto. No to kurde, w sumie jak tak mówisz, to może warto jakieś tam zainteresować tą też zapomnianą serią. Ja się zakochałem. No, właśnie to są takie czasy teraz praktycznie, że niemal każda produkcja musi zawierać wiadome kwestie, nie? Mnie też samemu to drażni, bo to jest wpychane na siłę nieraz, nie?
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants. Commander?
No, wtedy tak nie było, nie? Wtedy tak nie było. A tu ja byłem przecież. Dobra.
Maybe. But I wouldn't believe everything you hear.
That's just it. I'm hearing it everywhere. It's not just...
Nie wiem, czy mam wszystkie zeskanować?
I can't believe the council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural.
Szczerze nie mam pojęcia, czemu twórcy brną w to okno.
So now we just chase leads while this smug Turian
No właśnie nie rozumiem, znaczy ja tam jestem człowiekiem dość jakby no tolerującym różne poglądy i tak dalej, ale wciskanie czegoś na chama w takich ilościach, no to wiadomo, że już to do obrzydzenia wciskałem niestety, nie? Ja naprawdę jestem tolerującym człowiekiem, ale co za dużo to niezdrowo niestety, nie?
it has the right to move freely.
A to dosłownie jest na Hama wciskane coś, czego... co nie jest normalne do końca, nie? No niestety tak to wygląda, nie? W skrócie. Gdzie te kurcze jeszcze do skanowania są? No to znajdę to, łohoho. Tu jest jeszcze jedno. No, także tak to niestety wygląda. Ale wiesz, to był też początek, no niemal początek BioWare'u, nie? I oni naprawdę wtedy bardzo dobre fabułki robili, nie? Bo w sumie KOTOR 2 to już chyba Obsidian robił, nie? To już troszeczkę inne podejście. Ale też bardzo dobra gra. No tylko, że wiadomo, jeśli chodzi o jakby RPG i BioWare, to też trzeba lubić, nie? To nie każdemu pasuje. Chciałem iść. No i są już opinie mieszane na razie, nie wiem co z tym RPG-iem. W sumie możliwe, że to nie jest taka rewelacyjna gra. Gdzie mi ta gra wygląda? No właśnie. Też mnie nie przekonuje w ogóle. Trochę jak Dragon... Właśnie Dragon Age to też tak popsuli, że żal po prostu dupę ściska. Jedynka była genialna, dwójka już była słabsza i to było czuć. Co tam było jeszcze? Trzecia część, której nie pamiętam podtytułu. Inkwizycja, dobra. Też za bardzo otwarta i taka przeciągnięta. A ta kaszanka ostatnio to nawet nie mówię.
Is there anything I can do for you today, Commander?
I've heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepard. But you're right. I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. And I do know something about Saren.
I hear your information can be expensive.
Normally, this information would cost a small fortune. But these are exceptional circumstances. So I am going to give it to you for free.
What's the catch?
There is no catch. The Shadow Broker is quite upset with Saren right now. They used to do a lot of business, until Saren turned on him.
Pierdzienie w głowę i zaprzestanie robić nowego Mass Effecta. Właśnie oni coś chyba dłubią, nie? Tylko, że pytanie, czy oni coś zdążą wypuścić, bo mam wrażenie, że BioWare to prędzej padnie, niż wypuści jakąś grę nową. Zwłaszcza po tej wpadce, jakim jest Dragon Age nowy. No... Nie wiem. Najlepiej było, jakby EA sprzedało prawo do Mass Effecta, ale niestety chyba na to się nie zanosi. Bo niestety BioWare to już nie jest to samo, co było na początku. Praktycznie cały skład się tam zmienił i to już nie jest ta sama firma.
Saren betrayed him. Imagine that.
No matter what you think of Saren, he's not stupid. He knows the Shadow Broker is a valuable ally. Turning on him doesn't make sense. Not unless something huge was at stake. I don't know the details, but the Shadow Broker hired a freelancer to deal with it. A Krogan mercenary.
How do I find him?
I heard he was paying Citadel security a visit. If you hurry, you can probably catch him before he leaves the CSEC Academy.
Boli to niestety, ale może kiedyś twórcy powrócą do równowagi, bo no, mam nadzieję, że coś się zmieni, bo to już trochę za daleko poszło, nie?
Isn't it strange that a Krogan would want to speak with CSEC?
Very. However, I doubt the visit was entirely his choice. You'll need to speak with him if you want to know more.
Thanks for the info.
My pleasure, Commander.
Dobra, co tam jest? Mapka. Tak niewygodnie się tą mapką przesuwa. Piętro gdzieś się da ustawić? O Jezu. Dziennik. A jeszcze tyle aż zostało? Masakra. Nie wiem, czy coś znajdę tu. Preskanowałem już. Tam coś dubię. Tak, tak, no inna sprawa, nie? To trzeba... Tutaj bardziej fabuła jest dopracowana niż sama rozgrywka, nie? To trzeba, wiesz, się wczuć w to też, nie? No ale właśnie dzięki temu powstała trylogia, no jednak nie ma co mówić, nie? To okręgów, ja już...
How you holding up, Lieutenant?
Not too bad. No headaches worth mentioning lately. Maybe I'm getting used to the strain.
Maybe you've just got a good stress release. I know that knocking the Geth on their synthetic asses gets rid of my headaches.
Pogaduszki w windzie. Tu mnie jeszcze nie było.
Do you really think we'll find him down here?
He always stops in for a few games of Quasar before he makes his drop.
Fist is gonna be pissed if we take out the supplier.
O. Skanowanko. Więc ja wszystkie znajdę, szczerze mówiąc. Będę pewnie... Nic tu nie ma? Okej. No vibe ma niezastąpione, to prawda.
So Williams, you happy you signed on with Commander Shepard?
I'm not sure, Lieutenant. Every time I think I have a handle on things, the universe bank's hard to port.
Well, don't let anybody know. A big gun and a confident attitude will get you through a lot in life.
Skanowało? Okej. Dobra. O.
That's him.
Aha. Ajajaj. Nie wiem na padzie grać. Dobra.
That's it. Bag him and tag him.
Słuchaj, jak przechodziłem po raz pierwszy i usłyszałem o żniwiarzach, to miałem takie what the fuck, ale coraz bardziej się do tego przekonywałem. No, ogólnie tutaj bardzo dobrze w sensie jest ogarnięty świat i tak dalej, nie? I postacie. Wszystko to ma jakiś sens w tej grze. I w sumie zakończenie w trójce nie było takie złe, nie wiem, dużo osób narzekało, pamiętam jak wyszła ta trójka. To była straszna nagonka na tą trójkę, że tak zakończyli ją, nie? Tak, to ważne. Tylko że wiesz, ja przechodziłem pierwszy raz to bez DLC-ków praktycznie, więc fajnie, że w tej edycji są wszystkie do przejścia, nie? Dorzucone. A tam też było poucinane, nie było wszystkich postaci w podstawce, nie? No. Także, no ja nie wiem, o co chodziło tym ludziom. Ale ludzie lubią narzekać o byle pierdołę.
I'm looking for a C-Sec officer, a Turian named Garrus.
Garrus? You must be one of Captain Anderson's crew. Poor bastard, still trying to bring Saren down, eh? I know where Garrus is, but you gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
Is there something I should know about the captain?
The captain used to be a Spectre. Didn't know that, did you? It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor, and then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
You said they covered all this up. How'd you hear about it?
I spent 20 years working cases here on the Citadel. People on this station love to talk. Secrets are
Z dodatkami pierwszy raz.
if you got them, you might as well spread them around.
Znaczy chyba tylko do pierwszego Mass Effecta miałem jakiś tam dodatek. A tak to praktycznie nie miałem DLC-ków, więc po prostu przechodziłem to co miałem. A teraz w tej edycji to jest wszystko, nie? Więc będę próbował wszystko przechodzić, co się da.
Why'd they kick him out?
Have to ask him. I never heard any of the details. Bet it's a good story, though. The hero's fall. Classic tragedy.
Just tell me where Garrus went.
Garrus was sniffing around Dr. Michelle's office. She runs the med clinic on the other side of the wards. Last I heard, he was going back there.
How well do you know Captain Anderson?
Met him a few times over the years. One of those hardcore military guys. Yes, sir. No, sir. Can't have any fun with a stick up your ass, sir. That's probably why he climbed the Alliance ranks so fast. The military loves brown Wowzers.
No ja wiem, że te dodatki są spoko ogólnie, no ta Cytadela też jest wiele opinii czytałem, że jest naprawdę zarąbisty jako dodatek, nie?
The captain's a good soldier.
Sure, whatever. Dress him in a fancy suit, pin some shiny medals on his chest, and call him a hero. Everybody else does. But if he's so great, why'd the Spectres kick him out? Why'd you go ask him about that?
You need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some responsibility for yourself.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
What's it like working for CSEC?
You mean, what was it like? The executor suspended me without pay. Recurring violations. CSEC was keeping a file on me. Can you believe that? Every mistake I ever made went into the books. Get a little rough with a suspect, note in the file. Have a couple of drinks on duty, note in the file. Skim a couple of credits off a drug bust, note in the file. It's a goddamn witch hunt.
You got off easy, if you ask me.
What the hell do you know? Working for CSEC isn't like being a Marine. People get pissed off if we shoot somebody. Investigations, inquiries, rules, regulations. Every day I plow through enough red tape to choke a rhino. That's how you gotta be to do this job. So don't talk to me about right and wrong. You soldiers got it easy.
What's it like working for CSEC?
You mean skim a couple of credits off a drug bust, note in the file. It's a goddamn witch hunt.
What do you know about Garrus?
Damn hothead is what he is. Still figures he can save the world.
No.
Always bucking heads with the Executor. He'll pay for it soon enough. The Executor loves to put us lowly field agents in our place. Just look what happened to me.
Dobra.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Go. Let me drink in peace.
The back rooms are private, reserved for Fist and his friends.
Who's Fist?
He owns this club, but the customers have to stay out front.
Goodbye.
Enjoy the club.
Trochę szkoda, że nie można stanąć po stronie naszych antagonistów, tylko wybieram pomiędzy idealnym Shepardem a bezwzględnym. Czyli tak dążę do tego jednego tak samego. No tak. Czy ja tak nie próbowałem. Ja pierwszy raz przechodziłem grę, no to raczej byłem bardziej idealistą, nie? Ale nie próbowałem w inny sposób grać.
Commander, what do you want?
I'm here on Shaira's behalf. Your lies are hurting her.
Good! Her lies have been killing me for days. I've seen a lot of horrible things in my days, and there's only one woman in this damn galaxy that helps me forget it.
So if you feel that way, then why spread lies about her?
'Cause she rejected me! Me! Septimus Oraka, General of the Turian Fleet!
Is she really worth it? There must be other women.
It's not just any woman I want. It's her, and her alone. Look, kid, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but don't waste your time.
Ale wybór.
Enjoy your drink, General.
Yeah, off you go. See you later, kid.
I don't feel right just leaving like this.
Don't waste your time, kid. Run away now, while you still can.
Goodbye, General.
Yeah.
Dobra.
It's for the best.
Okej. Dobra, ja chyba będę kończył, bo ja już ledwo siedzę, jakoś... Nie wiem, jeszcze wieczorem chciałem ogólnie do kompa to jakoś byłem w miarę energii. Miałem jakąś energię, a teraz praktycznie to ja ledwo przed tym kompem siedzę, nie? Także chyba jutro będę sobie dalej, w sumie już dzisiaj, bo to już północy. Wieczorem sobie odpalę jeszcze. No miłe giereczki. No i dzięki za followka. Dzięki bardzo. Dzięki Cyber za follow. I zapraszam dzisiaj, jakbyś miał ochotę, to będę wieczorkiem. Także dzięki za dzisiaj. I widzimy się jutro. Dzisiaj. Dobranoc.